Hey everyone, this is Thecos. This is week 4 of us covering the games entered into the 2021 Solitaire Print and Play Game Design Contest currently hosted on BoardGameGeek. This week we will be covering the following games. One player will be showcasing Dice Drop. Solo McLachlan, aka Flying Solo Games, will be presenting The Assassin Knight. Vizelko Kelava will be playing Claw Crane Champ. Pasiansha will be bringing you Wine Cellar, and I will be showing you Guitar Solo. Alright, that should be all. Have fun with watching me get together music bands in Guitar Solo. Hey everyone, this is Thecos back with another game for the 2021 Solitaire Print and Play Game Design Contest, and today I'm bringing you the game Guitar Solo. I don't know if you can see it there. You see that my setup is a little bit different today. I need much more space for this game, so I hope this is gonna look decent on camera. And well, before we play, I will start setting up the game. Alright, as you can see, this game requires quite some table space, so we put all the cards in a 7x7 grid. Of course, I have shuffled them before, and in the middle we put the studio card. Also, we have some small tokens here. We will put one token on the first round of the round tracker, because that's the round we begin with, of course. Let me just put that a little bit more even here. Alright, then we have one token that we use as the producer token on the studio. That's the one we move each round. Then we put the time and the score token on the 0 field here. So the red one is going to be the score tracker, just because I track everything with red, and the gray one is the time one, or the silver one. Alright, you can also play this game with regular playing cards. Of course, since these are much larger, you need even more table space. This wouldn't be possible to capture on camera. Also, I want to highlight the art design that was used for this game by the creator. And this way we are pretty much ready to start. So how's this game played? Well, we have our producer token here, and we will use that producer token to move either horizontally or vertically as many spaces as we want to. For each space that we move, we need to add one time to the tracker. Whenever we land on a field, we are able to take that musician into our band. Per round, we have 8 of those in the regular mode. We need to take 4 musicians on board, and we can only take one of each kind. You see there are 4 different types, so we need to take one kind of each musician into the band per round. After we have gotten these 4 musicians, we score. And how we score, I will show you here. So there's a little table here, and it says that it depends on what's the highest value star we've gotten. You see there are stars with 1 star, some with 2, and some with 3. If we have no star at all in our lineup, then we just get the base score of 2. If we have a 1 star musician here, we get a base score of 2 plus the value of the other 3 musicians. And if we have 2 or 3 stars, we get 5, 4, or 6 base scores and the value of the middle or the highest musician. That sounds a little bit cryptic, but believe me, it's not that complicated. I will explain that when we get to it. Alright, and now we are ready to start with the first round. So, this game does have a high amount of analysis paralysis, because you can sit here and think quite a lot which moves you do. So I will try to cut out the parts where I'm thinking a little bit, so the video isn't too long, because you don't want to watch me think too long, I suppose. But I will guide you through like the thought process for the first round at least, and then we will speed it up a little bit for the other rounds. So we have our producer token here. We need all 4 kinds of musicians, and just to make things easier, we should maybe have a 3-star musician in our first band. And if we have that one, then the musician with the highest amount counts, so it wouldn't be too bad to have even 3 stars, or at least maybe an 8 or a 9. So let's see, we do have an 8 up there and a 10 there. Also, we could have that guitarist. So what we could do is the following. We could go over there. That's 3 spaces, then 1 space there, and then up and up. And we would have these 4 musicians, and then we would get a score of 6 plus the 9 there. So I'm going to show that to you. So we move 3 here, 1, 2, 3. That is 3 time. So we take that one. Then we move back to get the guitarist here. That's another time. Then we move up here. That's another time. Oh, come here. And then we move up 1 more, which is another time here. And we have the singer. And that was already the movement phase of our first round. We have our 4 musicians. They're all different, the way it should be. And now we look at what we have. So the highest stars we have is 3 stars. We still need to add 5 additional time for that. So we're up to 11 here. And we get 10. And for the 3-star musician, we get a base score of 6 plus the highest value of the other 3 musicians, which is a 9. So that's 6 plus 9, that's 15. So we're up to 15 points. And now is a good time to tell you what the goal of the game is. The goal of the game is to have a higher score than time at the end of the game. So at the moment for the first round, we're doing fine. We have a score of 15 and we have spent 11 time to gather that band. So we're still doing fine. But believe me, because we have used these cards, we will put them back the other way just so that that the grid is still complete, but we can't use those anymore. So we have less and less cards here we can use. So of course our choices are going to be smaller, and also we will have to move farther to get the right band member. So it's going to be a little bit tougher later on. And that was already the first round. We move the round tracker 1 forward, the producer token stays where it is, and we continue with the next round. And that's pretty much how you play the game. You do that for 8 rounds in the normal mode. That's the one we will play today. And then we will see if we can win. So let's see. Alright, so what I will do for round 2, I will move up 1. That's 1 time. Then move over 2. That's 2 and 3 time. Let me note that already here. And then we still need 1 guitar player and a drummer. So I will move down 1 here, which is another time. And 2 to the right, which is another 2 time. 1, 2. And we need to look at the time symbols here. So that's another 6 time we need to add. So we're up to 23. The highest star musician we have is a 3-star musician. So we receive 6 base points plus the highest number of the other 3 musicians. So that's a 10. So we get 16 points. So we're up to 31 now. So you probably see what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to get as many points as possible in the first few rounds. So I have a head start. And right now I have 8 more points than I use time. So I think that's pretty good. That's quite okay. Also, I will link to the game in the description as usual. And what you can do is print that out. And there are actually also variants you can play the game with. So you can make the game harder. You can play with regular playing cards. Also, there's a jazz and rock variant that you can print out. And you could probably also do that with regular playing cards then. And then you have a variant with jazz and rock musicians. This is another way to play the game, which makes it a little bit harder, but different. So you do have some quite some variety with the game here, which is not too bad. I like that. I like variety in games. All right, up to round 3. So let's see what we can do. All right, so I want to try to get as many cards from this area as possible so I can move to the next area. I don't want to be moving back and forth too much, otherwise I will spend too much time. So I'm just going to move up 1, which is 1 time. Move there, which is another 1 time, so 2 time. Down here is 3 time. And then I'll get the guitarist here, which is another 2 times. So we used up 5 time, which is 28, or 5 hours, so to speak, and another 3 over here. So you see, we are fine now because we have allocated all the time, all the hours we used, and we are equal with the hours. So all points we get are plus hours, which is not is plus score. So we receive 4 points for the 2-star musician plus the value of the middle musician here, and that's the 4. So it's 4 plus 4, that's 8. So we actually have still 8. We still have 8 more score than ours, which is the same we had before, so that's good. So we're keeping our 8 score advantage, 8-point advantage. All right, and now round 4. All right, so I don't know if that's gonna work, but I have an idea here. So I'm gonna move down 1 hour, another 2 down here, that's 2 hours. Then I will move back up again, which is another hour. And then we still need a drummer, but a drummer with a low number would be great, but there isn't one. So we will just take that one over there, which is another 2 hours we spend. And then we have another 4 hours we need to add, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And now we calculate our scores. So we have the 2-star is the highest we have. So that is 4 base score plus the middle one, which is the 9 over here. So that would be 13. 1, 2, 3, another 10. All right, so now we are even 11 ahead. So that's not too bad. That was a pretty good round. So the game is halfway done. We have finished 4 rounds of 8, but you see that we have less musicians we can choose now, of course. Okay, let's see. All right, I'll do that relatively simple. I'll go 2 up 2, down 1, which is 3 altogether. Then I'll go 1 here and 1 there. That's another 2 time. And also we need to add 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. With the hours, we are still behind our score, which is good. And then we receive 6 points for the 3-star musician plus the highest value of the other musicians. That's 8. So altogether that is 14. So we're up to 66 points now, which is really good. Look at how far we are at the moment. So that is very good, but it's gonna get harder soon. Round 6 of 8. Okay, so let's see what we can do. All right, I have a decent idea. So I'm gonna go here, that's 1. Then I'm gonna go up here, that's another 1, and down, which is 2. So altogether that's 4 hours we spend. And then I'm gonna go 2 to the right over here, which is another 2 hours we spend, plus another hour over here. And we receive how many points? Let's see. That is 2 base score for that 1-star musician, plus the score of the lowest here, which is 7, so that's 9. That's not too bad either. So we are still almost 20 ahead. So we are doing really well. I think so far, well, we still have 2 rounds, but so far that is the best game I've had. So you're actually witnessing me have a pretty good game, as opposed to the last game I presented to you, which was Borrow. There I did a really bad job. So, well, that's refreshing for a change, right? To watch me actually play well. But now we have a little issue. You probably see it already. No star musicians down here. We can still move here and do things, but we will only get a base score of 2 if we don't have a star musician in our band. So we will either have to move further now, or we'll just have to collect 2 points here. But I want to have these star musicians. So I'm definitely going to move up now. We still have 2 more rounds. Oh, I forgot to put that on the 7. So we have 2 more rounds and 4 more star musicians. So I think we can do something there. So let me see. So let's see. I'm going to have to move a lot now. So I move 2 up, 2 time. I move 1 here and get that one, which is another hour I use. Then I will move all the way 1, 2, 3, 4 up there. I can't get a musician there because it's empty. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'll move 1 here, which is 1 time, and 2 there, which is 2 hours I spend. That's 3 altogether. And then I still need a guitar player, and I'll take that one here. All right, and then I also need to add those times here, which is another 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the highest star musician here, for the 2-star, I get a base score of 4 plus the middle musician, and the middle musician here is 8. So that's 4 plus 8, that's 12. Okay, so you see, I'm still ahead, but the distance is getting a little bit smaller, but we only have 1 round left, so I'm pretty sure that we can finish that well here. But you can make the game harder by playing 9 or 10 rounds, as I said, one of the variants, and then it's going to be a lot harder, because imagine 2 more rounds here. Oof. Well, okay, so, and now for the last round. And I'm just going to do that very easily. So I'm going to just move 1 down, 1 hour here, then I move 2 over here, which is 2 more hours. Then I will move, doesn't really matter, let me move 3 over here to get that musician, which is another 3 here, and then I will move down 1 to get the singer here. All right, and then we need to add 8 more time. So we are over there regarding time, and now we receive, for the highest time musician, we receive 6 points, plus the highest of the other ones, which is 10 here. So 16, which is actually more than I can have as a score. So I would be at 104. Oh, I just mixed up these two. Right. And I think then I will have to switch those around too. So, but now it should be correct. Okay, so you see that doesn't look too bad. So we finished round 8. We are done with the game. Let me just put the cards back so you see the finished image here, and you can see that it took us 88 hours to put together these 8 bands, and we got a score of a 103. So we actually got 15 points more than we used ours. Sounds a lot, but now imagine we would have to move even more to receive for the other 2 rounds in case we made it harder, and then we would have an issue because we don't have any star musicians anymore. So per round we can only get 2 points base score. So that would be pretty tough. But that was my playthrough of Guitar Solo. I hope you enjoyed it. Looking at the time, it's not too long of a video, and when you're still watching this video, I probably cut out some of the slower phases, so I think the video shouldn't be too long. As I said, I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pretty fun game to prepare and play. And if you're still watching, thank you very much for doing so. Why don't you drop by my channel? I think there are other videos that you could like. And otherwise, I will see you in the next video. All right, cheers.